Hello everybody, it's me, Colton Johnson with MT Popcorn Bucket Productions, and today I'm gonna go see Trap. So, I like some of M. Night's films. Sixth Sense is definitely one of them. Definitely has made hit or miss films, like The Last Airbender was absolute trash, but he's made some pretty decent films. And I've heard this film was a film that he kind of made for his daughter, so to promote her music. So I think that's pretty cool. I kind of like these kind of films, thriller films, so I'm excited to see what this film's all about. And for today's movie, I'm going to go see it at the Junction Megaplex over in Ogden, which in my opinion is my favorite megaplex. I do like Legacy Crossing over in Centerville, but I think this theater, after it was remodeled, it stands out as one of the best. So I'm excited. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch my breath. Not just from the walking, from whatever movie that was. And yeah, this is my out of theater reaction to Trap. I had like medium to low expectations for this film. I've seen some good reviews on it. Critically, I've heard it's not great, but that's a lot of critics do that with Shyamalan. But I have to say, I was pretty impressed with what I saw. I thought it was a pretty thrilling experience. The movie was marketed as a new Shyamalan experience, and I thought it was pretty good as an experience. But yeah, I thought it was impressive. And the actor, I don't know his name. I'll probably say it in my review. But whoa, he does a really good job here. But if you want to hear more of my thoughts, I'll see you in a second. Bye. All right, I'm back, everybody, for my review for Trap. So before I dive in, I just want to mention that there's a lot of movies out there that, as I'm sitting in the movie theater, I question if I'm going to like it or not. And I sit there, or I lower my expectations, and then I come out surprised. So this movie is one of those movies where I didn't really have high expectations. I read some reviews, and there was some really good reviews and some rather average reviews and some poor reviews. And I don't try to judge my opinion based on that, but it is good insight for what to expect. And it exceeded my expectations. Trap is one of those movies that, in a way, feels like a cat and mouse movie, if you know what I mean, Tom and Jerry style, but on a whole new level. And it takes the genre of like a thriller and flips it on its head. And we see the perspective of the main character, played by Josh Hartnett, and he is the person that they're trying to capture because he's a serial killer. And I think that was a pretty interesting perspective to take for a movie like this. A lot of M. Night's films have or are expected to have some sort of twist, and to have the twist basically be shown in the trailers is interesting, and I feel like that is the twist. So I thought that was very interesting. This movie really did have me on the edge of my seat. There's not a lot of movies like that I honestly felt stressed out, and not in a bad way. It's just a movie doing what a movie should be doing and making me experience and feel, and it really stressed me out. I felt anxious for what was going on because you can see that perspective of the main character, and he kind of realizes what's going on. And so in a way, for most of the run, I wouldn't say root for him, but in a way you root for him. But then you see later on, you're like, okay, this guy's pretty bad, and is a very terrible human being. So one of the things that I necessarily didn't enjoy, but then after, it's one of those things at the moment I didn't enjoy. For being a movie that's about an hour and 45 minutes, it feels pretty long. And you would expect it to end. But I mean, it's a thriller and also sort of a mystery in a way, and it takes a while for it to wrap up. But I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. Afterwards, I felt pretty good about it and the way it did wrap it up. And yeah, without spoiling anything, it did it very well and it was executed very well. A thing that I thought was pretty interesting was the approach it went when it came to the movie's big reveal. And I won't explain what the big reveal of the movie is. Go see it for yourself and you can see. I thought it was very clever and interesting and like a little bit jaw dropping, where you're like, okay, that makes sense. And I don't know. I had some theories going into the film. I won't really dive into them. They were sort of ridiculous and theories that like my brain was trying to come up with at the time the film was going on, and I was wrong. And sometimes I think it is okay to be wrong because my brain sometimes likes to predict plots, and it going a completely different way than um, I expected it to go is fine by me. I think this movie had really good pacing. At the beginning, it kind of slowly dives in, and there's some things that isn't really explained until the end, but it's done in a way that it slowly builds momentum throughout the film and it gets more and more intense. And then towards the end of the second act into the third act, it really builds up and like is a true thriller film like the film is marketed to be. So yeah, I'm trying to think of what else that I can say about this movie. Honestly, it was a good time. I was like hesitant of even going to see this movie and even creating a review for it, but I feel like it was a pretty worthy film and honestly one of the biggest surprises of the year. So if you like M. Night Shyamalan's films, he directed some movies like The Sixth Sense. He directed The Split, Unbreakable, Glass, those movies, and a few others. And like I mentioned earlier, he's definitely one of those hit or miss. He has a few duds, but that's okay. A filmmaker isn't perfect. They have their art, and that's all good. I completely spaced doing like my rating for this film. I would give it a 4 out of 5. And that's just because after the movie, I felt very positive about it. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I don't know what the next movie I'm planning on doing is, but stay tuned. I have a retro review that I'm planning on making for next week. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like I always say, please like, subscribe, share this video. It is the most important thing if you share this video, and subscribe. I feel like I really don't push that out there. Subscribing makes me know that people are interested in my content. So like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Bye.